I call to order the Thomas Jefferson Planning District meeting, special called meeting for today on August 20th, a Thursday at 7 p.m. Our chairman is absent today, so I am filling in his spot. First items is, let's just go ahead and do matters from the public.
If we could, Mr. Vice Chair.
Yes.
If it's all right, I could go ahead and read the notice of electronic meeting.
Perfect. Yes, please do that.
So that we can get that done. This is a meeting of the Thomas Jefferson Planning District Commission being held pursuant to item 4.0-1 of the approved state budget, House Bill 29, that allows public bodies to hold electronic meetings in the current COVID-19 emergency, in that it is impractical or unsafe to assemble in a single location, and that the purpose of the meeting is to discuss or transact the business statutorily required or necessary to continue operations of the public body. This meeting is being held via electronic video and audio means through Zoom online meetings and is accessible to the public with closed captioning, and there will be an opportunity for public comment during that particular portion of the agenda. Notice has been provided to the public through notice at our offices, to the media, and website postings of the agenda. The meeting minutes will reflect the nature of this emergency. The meeting was held by electronic communication and the type of electronic communication means. A recording of the meeting will be posted on our website at www.tjpdc.org within 10 days of the meeting. We do have a quorum here. Hopefully this will be a very short meeting. Just a reminder that this meeting is being recorded and will be posted on our website. We do have just a few items that will require a vote. And what we'll do is ask Christine to read off the voting members of our commission when it is time to vote and after a motion and second has been properly obtained. With that, I will turn it over to you, Mr. Vice Chair.
I have to unmute myself. That was my bad. Anyways, I want to continue this meeting into matters from the public. Do we have any public today before? I saw Tubbs, I think.
And if you'd like to speak, please feel free to either raise a hand. If you're on a telephone, you can hit *9, or if you'd like, just let us know you'd like to speak.
Right. And as just for a point of order, it will be no more than 2 minutes per person. Chip will keep touching, or Christine, one of you guys keep time. But if there's any public at all. With that being said, do we have any members of the public? Okay, so Sean's just observing. Any members of the public that wish to speak? Y'all seen anybody?
Nope.
All right. With that being said, I now close matters from the public with my invisible hammer. There you go. Carrying on, going into the consent agenda, we have minutes of the June 4th, 2020 meeting. Do we have any questions or comments about the minutes at this time? With nothing being said, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the June 4th meeting as presented?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, so that's a motion by Lisa and a second by, I believe, Andrea.
Correct.
If we could, Christine, could you do a roll call vote? Or if you want, we could just do a aye and then walk away. That's fine too.
Aye.
Hold on, Bob.
You're Hawk Hawkins, and you're not just David Dobrik. You're selling.
Christine, you're muted.
My apologies for that. Seems
All right.
to be the theme.
And just a reminder, this is a motion to approve the minutes of the June 4th meeting.
Wonderful. We know Dale Herring is out. Dylan Bishop.
Dylan?
I'll come back to her. We know Keith Smith is out. If he is here, he can speak up. Otherwise, Andrea Wilkinson,
Aye.
Tony O'Brien. Tony O'Brien,
Aye.
Donna Price. I did not see her. Lisa Greene,
Aye.
Bob Babiak,
Aye.
Eric Purcell. I have not seen him. Ned Galloway,
Abstain.
Jesse Rutherford,
Aye.
Michael Payne.
Abstain.
That's
Okay.
everyone. That's everyone.
Perfect. Okay. With that being done, I believe that motion passes. Is that correct, Chip?
Yes, and I just wanted to add that Commissioner Dylan Bishop, owner Chat, voted aye.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. Got it.
That puts us, okay, good. All right, with nobody else, that motion carries. And we're gonna move on to quarterly financial reports. Chip, take it away.
Yes. Again, just at a very, very high level here, because we did present it at the meeting 2 weeks ago that we didn't have the quorum, but our financials are moving back in the direction that we're accustomed to. Our net quick assets are at their second highest point that we've had in over a year. Our unrestricted cash on hand is moving back up where we're getting close to 2 months of operating expenses in readily available cash on hand. And our June, we had a net gain of nearly $15,000 that left us that gave us a net gain of almost $34,000 for fiscal year 20. We were really concerned with that we wouldn't have as much of a net gain as we did. So we're very positive with having that $33,863 for the year. It's not in your report, but we've already started getting our financials in for July. And we will have somewhere close to a $12,000 net gain for July as well. Our finances are really improving, and a lot does have to do with some of the COVID contracts that we've obtained and working with some of our local governments with some of their CARES Act money and helping them to disperse that out to families and businesses. With that, I'll be glad to answer any questions on the financials.
Just a quick comment, Chip, as we talked in the last meeting where we didn't have a quorum, everything looks great. For those who, this may be your first meeting, everything looks really good. I have no questions, comments, or concerns at this time.
I would like to make a motion that we accept the financials as presented.
All right, we have a motion on the table to approve the financials as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, and that's Michael Payne for the second, Andrea for the motion. Christine, could you go on ahead and do the roll call?
Can Dylan Bishop?
Aye.
Great. Keith
Okay.
Smith?
Aye.
Andrea Wilkinson?
Aye.
Tony O'Brien?
Aye.
Lisa Greene?
Aye.
Bob Babiak? Bob Babiak, was that an aye?
We'll just circle, we'll just see.
Yep. Go back around to him. Ned Galloway? I got you. Jesse Rutherford?
Aye.
Michael Payne?
Aye.
Has Donna Price joined? Okay, and has Eric Purcell joined?
No.
Great, thank you.
Great. All right. Motion carries. Financial reports have been approved. Let's carry on into the resolutions. Chip, if you could get us started.
I sure will. I will just introduce Christine, who's going to walk us through the rental relief and mortgage program, we've got 2 votes that are required for that. One is the agreement itself that we have already entered into, but want to get your retroactive on that. And then the second is a grievance policy required as part of that agreement. But at the same time, Christine will update you on the rental relief program as well, which is a regional program. Christine, do you want to pull up the information, or would you like for me to share my?
Either way, I have it up and ready if you want me to share.
That would be great. I will get out of that then.
Is it sharing the correct screen?
That is the report.
Great. All right, I'll do high level first and then we'll go into that report. To date, we have received $450,000 from DHCD through the Emergency Rent and Mortgage Relief Program. That is the first tranche of money. The TJPDC will receive 5% as an administrative fee to administer the grant. There are likely additional tranches of the money available. As everyone knows, they have $50 million for the state, and they are determining based on need where that additional money will go. We have contracted with several partner agencies in the community in order to help us do the intake portion. So for the City of Charlottesville and Albemarle County, we're contracted with the United Way and the City of Charlottesville. We contracted with MACA, the Monticello Area Community Action Agency, for Louisa, Fluvanna, and Greene counties. And we're contracted with the Nelson County Community Development Foundation to help us administer and distribute funds in Nelson County. I ran a report just on data through yesterday, so this is as real time as we have. The table that you see in front of you is the per capita allotment of this first tranche. So you can see the amount of rental and mortgage assistance, but also the administrative fees per locality based on that first tranche of money. This next little table, little square, shows the regional data as of yesterday. So of the 461,000, we've gone through about 45% of our funds, which is good progress. About 2 weeks ago, we were significantly below that. So we are seeing an increase in folks that are being approved. 497, almost 500 people have applied. The majority of those are rental relief. There are still some protections in place for those with mortgages through forbearance. So we won't expect to see a big uptick in that until their forbearance period expires. We are looking, one thing that's really important to DHCD that we're glad to see in our data is that our funding is going to those who need it the most. And so we're seeing 61% of the households are below 30% AMI that have received rental or mortgage relief to date. The relief goes anywhere from $100 to $10,000 per household. That $10,000 seems high, but it could be that they were 4 months in arrears. It could be that they had a loss of income or no income that made them eligible. But the average per household is around $1,300 at this point, which is a little bit lower than it was 2 weeks ago, which we would expect to see as people begin to come back for just 1 more month's rent. That's going to drive our average down a little bit. The reasons for households to be denied would be things like their income is exceeding the area median income, their rent is higher than the 150 fair market rent, they are receiving duplicative support through another grant program for their rent. And then you'll see we've only had 41 of the 497 applicants denied, and you'll see there's a large pending number, which means folks that are gathering the necessary documents in order to be approved. So most of them have gone through the pre-approval. We know they meet the basic requirements. Now they just have to turn in those documents. I'll do pretty high level for each county, but we'll provide this to you so that you can look through it. For Albemarle County, they're about 60% through their funding, about 97,000 spent down. I'll leave it there for just a second. The City of Charlottesville, we're closer to 23% of their money spent down, but they also have 79% of those are still pending. So they have a lot of people in the queue just waiting for that last document. For Fluvanna County, they're about 16% spent down. And again, 60% of their applications are pending at this point and have only had 5 denials out of their 30 applications. Greene County, 35% spent down on their first allotment. Louisa County is at about 68% spent down. So they've been moving through their funds, which is great. The more that we can put out into the community, the more likely we'll be eligible for additional tranches. And then Nelson County is at about 19% to date. One of the most important things for us is to be able to show to DHCD that the need is here and that we're meeting that need. So the more money we can get out to the community and the quicker we can do it, the more likely we will be considered for that second tranche. One of the good things is DHCD is going to be looking, once we get to about the 50% mark of our 450 spent down, that would trigger a potential second payment, and we're already at 45%. So we're nearing very close to the point where they're going to consider giving us more money. As Chip said, the agreement that you all have in your packet, as well as the grievance policy, are required as a part of our funding agreement with DHCD. We are happy to take questions on either one of those, but I'm not going to spend time going into details unless somebody has something they'd like for us to clarify. But with that, you know, we've been really pleased with how this is working. We know there are some things that we can continue to work on. We would love your support if possible in helping with the outreach and making sure we're getting the right communities access to these funds. So if you have any suggestion or any things you would like for us to be doing differently, please reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to help and work on it.
I would like to follow up on that. This is a really great program for those who are at risk of, potential evictions, and this is a really great save for a lot of people who could be housing absent. I appreciate the TJPDC stepping up in the way they have and the quickness. Christine, you've done a great job. I've heard lots of compliments. Obviously, Nelson County has a lot of work to do in terms of distribution and advertising. One quick question that came from one of the board members was, can we get a copy of this presentation sent out to the directors?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll look for that email following after this meeting. And then after that, I guess, Chip, you are looking for a motion to approve the funding agreement for rent and mortgage relief program.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make that motion.
That is a
Second.
motion, right?
I got Aaron. All right, here we go. Dario trying to make it across the rickety bridge, moving
Second.
fast.
All right, so there was a Chip, are you looking for a motion? Chip?
Yes.
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 All right, so there was a motion from Keith and a second from who?
I seconded.
Okay, that's Michael. He made the second. Christine, if you could go ahead and do the roll call.
Happy to. I've got, oh, sorry about that.
We've got some more extras joined us.
Okay. Dylan Bishop,
Aye.
Keith Smith,
Aye.
Andrea Wilkinson,
Aye.
Tony O'Brien,
Tony?
Lisa Greene,
Aye.
Looks like she's four.
Bob Babiot,
We'll go back to Bob.
okay. Ned Galloway,
Aye.
Jesse Rutherford,
All right,
Michael Payne.
that's Bob.
I've got Bob.
Now mute Bob.
Michael Payne, was that an aye?
Yes, aye.
Excellent. I'm coming back around. Has Donna Price joined the call?
She will not be joining tonight, Christine.
Great, thank you. And how about Eric Purcell? Has he joined the call?
I have not seen his name pop up.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, with that being said, we now have a motion that is passed. Thank you all, appreciate it. Chip, moving on to the grievance policy and procedures.
Yes. I will let Christine follow up on that as well. And just to let you all know, I just emailed a copy of this to all of the commissioners.
Okay.
You should.
For the agreement and grievance policy, one of the most important things was that not only do our sub-grantees, which are United Way, MACA, and NCCDF, have their own grievance policies, but also that we hold one as an organization. So we have one that we've been using to date. It is required to be approved by the governing board. So that, along with the funding agreement, both need to be approved in order for us to continue to be eligible for funding. If there are any specific questions on those two things, I'm happy to take them.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions pertaining to the grievance policy? If not, I am looking for a motion to approve the grievance policy and procedures as presented.
I have,
So move.
Michael, you have a question?
sorry, a real quick one. Just because I've gotten a couple questions about this.
Okay.
Is the grievance policy and other information translated bilingually into Spanish or in any way? I just know I've gotten a couple questions about that.
That's a great question. We don't have it translated into any other languages, but that is something we can look into because we now have DHCD has now given us access to a language line that we can use. So I can reach out to them to see if we can convert that document so that it isn't available in Spanish.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go back to where I was. I asked for a motion to to approve this as presented. Can we, whoever that was?
It was me. I made that motion
All
to
right.
approve.
Lisa?
I have one quick question before that, though. There may be a need for more than just the Spanish language.
Sure. And I imagine that's something that they can make available as needed basis. You know,
One thing we can do with this is if we put it into a web-based document rather than a PDF document, we on our website have a Google translation and it'll translate it into numerous, languages. It just won't translate the PDF. So we could do that and put it on the website, and it would translate into who knows how many.
are you good, Lisa? All right, good. I have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
We have a second from Michael. Christine, if you could go ahead and do roll call vote.
I'd be happy to. Could you tell me who made the motion? I missed
The
that.
motion was Lisa Greene and the
Great.
second was Michael Payne.
Thank you so much. Roll call. Dylan Bishop,
Aye.
Keith Smith,
Aye.
Andrea Wilkinson,
Aye.
Tony O'Brien, Lisa Greene. I'll come back to
Aye.
Took the most red ball here.
Bob Babiak. Come back to him if it takes a moment. Ned Galloway,
Aye.
Jesse Rutherford,
Aye.
Michael Payne.
Aye.
Waiting on Tony O'Brien.
No, Tony, that's all right. Motion's going to pass no matter what.
All right, and then Bob Babiak. All right. Looks like-
Carrying on. With that being said, the grievance policy has passed and will be made available.
I was an aye on that.
Oh, Tony is an aye.
Great, thank you, Tony.
Has been that for him. All right, perfect. Moving on to new business. Chip, take it away.
I sure will, thank you. And if I could get Christine maybe to hop out of the screen share, I may put, at the last gathering, it wasn't an official meeting, but those in attendance gave just a nod that we should continue to move forward with the regional broadband framework. And just to summarize, that is for the Planning District Commission to continue our work facilitating a regional approach to pursuing broadband expansion throughout. We would be acting as a facilitator, bringing together the public sector, private sector folks, as well as businesses and citizens in the education sector to talk about how to expand broadband throughout the region. With one of the goals being if there are any types of regional authorities that we may want to look at that might be beneficial to the individual localities, that would be perhaps a medium to long-term goal. All of this is in place. You all have had a chance to look at it, but we haven't had an opportunity to officially approve this framework until the committee can get up and operating and then come back to you with an official set of bylaws.
All right. So with that being said, obviously touching on broadband is the biggest topic we have in our region. I'm sure everyone can concur with that, with schools going virtual, parents working from home and whatnot. I do believe it is appropriate that we look at this from a regional perspective. I think this would be healthy, not only from Nelson County, Fluvanna, but all the way to Louisa. Because essentially, we all are connected, and when crises like this happen, we realize how much more important this new method of transportation is. With that being said, I am in full support of this. Chip, are you looking for a motion to approve?
Please.
All right, if I could, does anyone have any specific questions for Chip before I ask for the motion?
I just have a couple logistical questions, if I may, real fast.
Sure, and this is Ned.
Yep, Chip, I saw that there was, the first meeting was hoped for in September, but we'll have to go back and get board approval for whoever's going to participate on this. Is that,
yes.
are you still shooting for September? We just had a board meeting last night, so we won't meet again until September.
The goal that we would do is to go ahead and start meeting as an ad hoc group. We've actually had a couple of meetings of stakeholders just to help us draft this document. We will continue that until we can have a formal committee in place.
Understood. Thank you.
Sure.
Is there any other questions for Chip or Christine related to the regional, to the broadband regional housing or regional partnership?
I'm in favor of it, and I'd like to join that ad hoc committee if possible.
Okay, who's that speaking?
Tony.
Tony? Got it. Perfect. With that being said, is there any other questions? Hearing none, I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the regional broadband partnership framework as presented.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
I'll make that. Tony got it.
Tony made the motion. I need a second.
I'll do that.
Keith has made the second. Christine, could you do a roll call?
Happy to. Dylan Bishop,
Aye.
Keith Smith,
Aye.
Andrew Wilkinson,
Aye.
Tony O'Brien,
Aye.
Lisa Greene,
Aye.
Ned Galloway,
Aye.
Jesse Rutherford,
Aye.
Michael Payne,
Aye.
Bob Babiot.
Oh boy.
We'll keep moving. We'll listen and see if he.
He'll chime in about 30 seconds. We'll remember Bob. But moving forward, I'd like to now move on to the executive director's report. The regional partnership has passed. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And this is going to be very important for our communities.
The only thing I can add since our previous meeting, most of it is already in the written report to you, is that the PDC this week entered into an agreement with Nelson County to administer their small business grant program through their CARES Act funds. So that will be rolling out in the next week or so. We also, I don't know if Christine touched on it, but we will be looking to apply for the next $450,000 for the rental relief program. And we also on Monday will be submitting the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy grant.
Christine, can you mute whoever that is?
I am. I'm looking for that as we're talking. Christine also made you a host too.
I was wondering, I wasn't able to mute earlier. Thank you.
You could help me.
Yep.
And so we will be applying for $200,000 to do a regional economic development plan with the Rappahannock Regional Council up north of us. And so that application should go in on Monday. Quite a lot going on for us, quite busy, a couple of programs, projects just really taking off with the Fluvanna planning, both urban and rural. And I mean, that's kind of it. We have a lot going on. The other thing I will just note, and Mr. Vice Chair, we are running a little bit ahead of schedule. If you wanted to perhaps do a brief roundtable discussion with our board members, since they really haven't had that opportunity and there is so much going on with all the jurisdictions. The executive session or the closed meeting regarding potential property purchases, we will ask to continue that, but there are no votes or decisions that we're asking for from that. Just want to update all of the newer members who haven't been part of these discussions over the past several years, and just give you an update of where we are with that. And we very likely may be back to you in 2 weeks at our regular September meeting.
Perfect. Sounds great.
That's it.
If the committee has no issues, I'm going to move straight on into the roundtable. Oh wait, did you say skip the roundtable or going ahead and hit it?
That is your call. I would just ask
Yeah.
that they be brief.
Yes. So guys, we do have a closed meeting coming up that you guys need to be privy to. I'm just going to go down the list and I'm going to ask you just to pick. There's Bob. Mute Bob.
Hi.
All right. Yes, there's the eye we were looking for. Sorry, Bob. Motion passed. All right, so let's go ahead and do this real quick, guys. If you could be quick and to the point so we can get through this closed session. Lisa Greene, you go first.
I will go first. I don't have much to say. Just that this is probably my last meeting with you all, so I've enjoyed spending this time with you all and learning about your other localities. And thank you very, very much for your hospitality. And I wish you all well.
We're
So-
going to miss you, Lisa. Don't leave us.
Yeah,
And-
I'm in with that one.
I also want to say, if there's ever a reason that we should pass that broadband program, somebody should just call Bob.
I would like Bob to have a specific leadership role.
Thank you all so much. It was so nice to meet you. Call me anytime if you need anything. I appreciate you.
Perfect. All right, carrying on from there. If I could get, I don't know who Allison Rabel is. No, all right, never mind. Andrea.
I don't know if Dale mentioned at the last meeting, which I missed because of technical issues with the thunderstorm, electrical storm, about the problems that Greene County is having with RSA and their water improvement program. Did he talk about that at all?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Okay, that was all. Then I.
Gotcha. All right, moving on from there. Let's see. Michael.
No significant new updates. Like everyone, dealing with the impacts of COVID-19 continues to really dominate what we're doing, and we're still kind of anticipating how UVA students returning to the area will go, as well as preparations for Charlottesville schools beginning the school year.
Got it. We're all living that right now. Tough stuff. Hey, Tony, you're next.
Yeah, Fluvanna schools decided to go all virtual. How we're allocating the money and what we're choosing to do there, that's still an ongoing debate. I do think we've got some interesting, good programs that we're trying to work out to keep the kids busy, but there's still a lot of concerns about kids getting infected. So we're going through those same things that everybody else is. Continued progress on economic development. We're seeing some interest from some pretty good companies coming in, so we're excited about that. And that's about it.
Awesome. All right. And Ned Galloway, do you want to chime in?
Yeah, just real fast. I mean, we did pass a special emergency ordinance to continue some of the phase 2 restrictions in county. The city mirrored basically what we did. UVA endorsed it. The main part is that we did start our ambassador program. We have ambassadors going out into the community. We're working with businesses, spot checking to make sure the ordinance is in place. seems to be off to a decent start, and then we'll see how it goes and be able to report more in September.
Perfect. All right. How about Dylan? Dylan, did you have anything to add, or you just want to refer to me?
Yeah, you can go ahead, Jesse.
Okay. All right. So Bob, if your internet ain't any better, you can send us an email. His internet isn't any better.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Couple of things.
Okay, mute him. Mute him. We'll miss you, Bob. We'll send us a good email about what's going on.
I understood it.
Did you? Yeah.
He's hanging out at Spring Creek Ball Club too much.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, you're good. You're good. We got you. We can't hear you at all. So you could just live vicariously through our voices. Yeah, so if you can mute him. Please mute him. Mute him.
I'm trying.
There. Yes. Freedom. Okay, so now that we're going on with life, is there any other directors that? Keith, what do you have to say?
Nothing more than Tony added. I just wanted to. I came in late, so I apologize. I had to take care of a client, but just super great progress with the RHP. I'm sure Chip shared on that. We're moving forward with the website, and so we're just excited about reporting more next month. I'm going to call you Mr. Chairman because that's the position you're in right now, not Vice Chair.
Very sweet.
Well, it's the beard.
Is that what it is?
I'm going on mute. We're done.
Bye. All right. With that being said, I don't think there's anyone I missed. Christine, Chip, did I miss anybody?
Jesse, did you want to speak for Nelson?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I get to talk. Nelson County is right there with everyone else. We're really struggling with the school systems. We're struggling with our businesses. Our businesses are really struggling. Michael and Ned, I think something is important for you guys to hear. When you guys sneeze, we catch a cold. Our farms are struggling. Our businesses are struggling. So we're watching local farmers not be able to get their produce into you guys to go into your restaurants in the magnitude that they're used to. I will say it's made a very interesting time when it comes to housing as well, as we're seeing, and I'm sure Keith has to take a quick step out, but one thing that's huge is seeing the housing market right now and major inflation taking place. We're watching rental properties values go way up. There's no inventory whatsoever. And as of right now, new construction, you can't build nothing because the 2x4s are non-existent. So I can speak from it from all those different angles, and it's very, very scary. Moving on from there, that's all I have. So we are going to be going into closed meeting. Now, does anybody have the document up in front of them? Or Chip, you want
to
chime
be on the screen?
On the screen. So can I get a volunteer to read?
There we go.
Read that motion?
Bob.
No.
If nobody will,
What did you do that for? You did.
if nobody will step up, I will read this.
Yes.
Motion to enter closed session. I, Andrew Wilkinson, move that the commission be convened to a closed session pursuant to personnel exemption found in section 2.2-3711A3 of the Code of Virginia to discuss acquisition of property for public use. Motion seconded by.
All right. We need a motion. A second. We have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
We have a second, and was that Michael?
It was.
All right. That was a second by Michael. I need a roll call vote.
Is Christine going to do the roll call vote?
Christine, yes.
You're muted.
You want me to do the roll call vote? Christine can't find her on mute. Bob.
Bob Babiak. And then mute him immediately.
Okay. Dylan?
Aye.
Ned? I should say everybody's name. Ned Galloway,
Yes.
Lisa Greene,
Aye.
Dale is absent. Tony O'Brien,
Aye.
Michael Payne,
Aye.
Donna Price, I think, is absent. Eric Purcell, I believe, is absent. Jesse Rutherford,
Aye.
Keith Smith,
Aye. Sorry about that.
and myself is an aye. Motion passed, I guess.
All right, motion has passed. We're going into closed session. So anybody who is of the public, you're going to go to a waiting room, I think.
Yes. We
All right,
will.
so give us, and somebody get mute Bob
Okay.
too.
Second there.
I currently don't see any non-directors.
I
listed
think
in
we're
it.
good.
All right, with that being said, Chip, take it away.
I sure will. Christine, if you will stop the recording.
And
Recording has resumed.
all right, Michael, do the next part.
I, Michael Payne, move that the commission certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matter lawfully exempted from the open meeting requirements of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act and identified in the motion authorizing the closed session were heard, discussed, or considered in the closed session.
I need a second to that.
Second.
We have a second from Andrea. All right, if we could go ahead and do a roll call vote, and I know a couple members had to leave.
Guys, can I give you an aye now? I've got to jump off.
Yeah, you get to go Keith Smith. Keith, say aye.
Aye. Bye-bye.
All right, go on, Christine, get the rest.
I'll do, oh, Chip, you just pulled down my roll call. I'll do this.
Sorry.
Nope, no worries. I'll pull up the other one. All right, Dylan Bishop,
Aye.
Keith Smith,
He said aye.
got it. Andrew Wilkinson,
Aye.
Tony O'Brien,
He left.
okay, it's gone. Lisa Greene,
Aye.
Ned Galloway. Did he leave?
No, he's there.
Aye.
Jesse Rutherford,
Aye.
Michael Payne,
Aye.
and did Bob Babiock rejoin?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right, perfect. Now that we have moved out of closed session, there is no actions that we will be taking. No motions have been made. Just a conversation piece. I'm just going to look for a motion for adjournment if there's nothing else. Anybody have anything else they need to say? Nope.
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn. Let's just go on ahead and everybody say aye.
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 Any abstention? Any people against adjourning? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Everyone have a great day. Evening.
Thank you all for
Evening, you all.
coming out.
One day I'll actually get to
Good night.
see you.
Bye.
I'll miss you, Lisa. Bye, Lisa.